Hey there, this is Dr. Jewa Lea with day 21 of the Whole Heart Living series. And today we're going to speak on the heart chakra geometry. Yesterday I started talking about sacred geometry and gave a primer on how this whole thing with circles and dots and arcs and lines and how it plays into describing the universe. It's a sacred geometry is a way of describing the universe. And so geometry itself can be seen as an exact science. If you think about all the things that we use geometry for, so like, for example, it's how we measure our land, and do maps. It's how we look at the constellations and and do space flight. It's based on geometry, and whether it's trigonometry or calculus or anything like that, it's still geometry at the heart of it. And so when we look at sacred geometry, we're looking at for the underlying structures of the things that we see or unseen, the archetypal shapes that are there and can be expanded upon based on knowing what that shape is. And so the next couple of days we're going to be going into the sacred geometry of the heart. So I wanted to start off with the chakra, heart chakra, because the heart chakra symbol has geometry in it. Each of the chakras has a glyph or a symbol that's associated with it. And this one is the heart chakra symbol. And if you notice, it has a triangle that's pointing upward and a triangle that's pointing downward. Upward pointing triangle is matter, or the feminine, and the downward pointing triangle is spirit, which is the masculine. And they interlock to form the shape that you see here. It's called a star tetrahedron. And if you remember your geometry, or if you don't, a circle is 360 degrees, okay? And you can see that this shape is enclosed within a circle, which is 360 degrees, and that the triangles that make up this shape, the two triangles, are 180 degrees each. So you have two 180 degree shapes in the form of triangles, and they interlock to make 360 degrees. So it represents the all. So you have the intersection of spirit and matter again, and then it represents everything, or the all. And so when we think about the heart and its geometry, we want to start thinking about the fact that it represents everything. That it is this intersection of spirit and matter, and that it is a gateway or a portal for us to enter into higher consciousness. And so when we devalue the heart as just a mechanical pump, it kind of diminishes our abilities, our innate abilities to tap into the things that are in service to us that are unseen. And so the sacred geometry points out that we have two parts of our selves that resides in the heart. We have a spiritual part, and then we have a physical part in the form of matter. And so as we continue on exploring the heart, I want to start pointing out some things in reference to the archetypal shapes in geometry. namely the platonic solids and what they represent and how they are related to the heart. So geometry, once again, is playing a huge role in our discussion of the heart because it is a fundamental shape that goes back to the expression of what the heart truly is. All right, so again, remember we live in an energetic universe and everything is energy, and geometry is a way of measuring or explaining the energy of the universe in terms that we can understand. It is an exact science, and we use geometry on a daily basis. The satellite communications, how we navigate and draw out our roads, the construction of our houses, the stock market and the ups and downs, the cycles of that, everything, how we navigate the seas and the oceans, how we tell time based on the movement of the planets around the sun, how we forecast weather. All of it is related to geometry in some way, form, or fashion. And so really taking heed on how important the geometry is of our hearts, and really expanding on that as we go on. All right, so again, this is Dr. Jewa Lea with day 21 of the Whole Heart series, a Whole Heart Living series. And if you haven't done so already, share this information with your friends, let them know about this series and my upcoming book that a lot of this material, or all this material is in my book, and then there's other material on how this material can be applied in a daily basis to improve your heart health. So stay tuned, and I'll see you tomorrow. Love you.